do us all a favor and stop letting perfectionism hold your gifts, hold your dreams, hold your goals, hold your talents hostage. Yeah, I'm looking at you. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite hood healer high priestess. It's your favorite hoodoo reverend dom goddess, lady speech in the place to be, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. You could be anywhere in the world. As a matter of fact, you absolutely are somewhere in the world, and you're choosing to share just a little time and space with me. So thank you for that. Now, if you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, if you're feeling any of this, if you are feeling any of me, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, baby. Hit that notification bell so you can keep up with everything I'm putting down over here. Now, let's hop into today's video, shall we? Perfectionism is out here stifling your progress. It's preventing you from taking action. It's preventing you from taking that first step. And a lot of us know that sometimes all it takes is you taking that first step. The first step is never perfect. Think about babies when they learn to walk. It is a very rare thing. As a matter of fact, I've never heard of a baby getting up and running a marathon. I've never heard of a baby, when it is time for them to learn how to walk, nailing it on the first time. Perfectionism got you out here stifling your progress by keeping you from taking action. You out here waiting to be flawless, and this is doing nothing but fueling your procrastination. Flawlessness will happen the more you get that ball rolling, the more you practice, the more consistent you are, the more effort you throw up into that thing. Procrastination is a good friend of perfectionism. A lot of times we use perfectionism to cloak the habits of procrastination. You are good enough. You are good enough. You are good enough. And with more practice, you will become better. With consistent effort, you will become better. Practice makes better. You are good enough. Let me say it again. You are good enough. Perfectionism is masking a lot of y'all's negative self-talk, specifically you telling yourself that you are not good enough. So here I am telling you that you are good enough, and some of you are going to need to do some deep dive healing on that one right there. Some of you are going to need to look at the original people who told you you weren't good enough and address that deep childhood wound. Some of you are going to need to check that at the bud, baby, because you are in fact good enough. You are in fact good enough. You are in fact good enough. Always have been, always will be. You see how perfectionism is holding some of you hostage? No, we're going to talk about it some more. I want you to think about how many masterpieces were born from imperfection. I want you to think about how many artists put a piece of work out that they thought was their worst, but it ended up being so many other people's masterpiece. But it ended up being one of their grand pieces, one of their legacy pieces when it comes to what they left behind here. There's a lot of you who are mistaking your mistakes as mistakes when they're really masterpieces. Perfection has distorted a whole lot of our views of what it actually is that we are producing. Do not let perfectionism hold some of your greatest work of art, some of your greatest thought processes, some of your greatest whatever it is hostage. Oftentimes, when you are out here striving for perfection, you then don't get to learn the valuable lesson in progress. You then don't get to see the beautiful thing that is progress. I have been on social media for a very long time, and outside of my accounts being banned, I do not delete my accounts because I like to see how I've grown. I like to look at the cringy things from the past. I like to look at the things that I wouldn't do now. I like to see how I started at one space to another because I value my progress. And it also in real time allows me to go back and critique things and to grow in spaces maybe I couldn't see then. A lot of us, because this is definitely a lesson I'm not exempt from, need to return the value of progress to the process. Perfectionism robs you of that. It keeps you from being able to respect the beautiful journey of being a beginner and working your way up through and to expertise. There is something so valuable at looking back at your art, at who you are as a person, in your educational field, in whatever aspect of your life. There is something so wonderful about seeing your growth. It is proof of your hard work. Failure is a huge part of growth and success. And perfectionism can create an intense fear, a fear so intense that you run from the lessons that failure gives you. Yeah, failure is your friend. It's your friend. It shows you your deficiencies. It shows you where you can improve. It's a map. It gets you to the place where you can strengthen your weaknesses. Failure is not something to be run from. It is something to simply accept. It is something to embrace. It is something to say, hey, this is here, that's what it was, and these are the places in which I can grow. But perfectionism can create a space where you are so in fear of failure that you become immobilized. That you continuously set the goalpost higher and higher and higher till you're at the point where you've worked something so deeply it never comes out. You've worked something so deeply, you worked the magic out of it. You worked the oomph out of it. You worked the power out of it. You worked the hell yeah out of it. You worked what was supposed to be present there all of the way out of it. Do not let perfectionism make you a slave to failing. Failing is a part of life. Do you notice how, again, going back to babies fail and they don't think nothing about it. They only start feeling some type of way if we project that onto them. But babies, when they learn to walk, they just get, what do? They get up. It's not like, oh my God, I messed up. They're just like, hey, this is a part of it. And you can see in real time them learning, their bodies learning, their brain learning. You can see them in real time putting together their mistakes. You can see that. We ain't no different. We just have a little bit more wherewithal. The frontal lobe is developed a lot more extensively than theirs, but we're no different. Failure is simply a part of life. Remove the shame. Remove the shame. Remove the shame about failure. And a lot of you are going to have to do some deep work around your inner child. You're going to have to do some work around old abusive relationships. You're going to have to get up under that because the shame is also married with that. Don't let perfectionism rob you of a good time and of a great life by keeping so many beautiful things about you, so many projects, so many things you are able to produce and make from happening. Let's do a little bit of reframing in real time with me right now. Repeat after me. My mistakes are opportunities to learn. My mistakes are opportunities to learn. My mistakes are opportunities to learn. My mistakes are opportunities to grow. My mistakes are opportunities to grow. My mistakes are opportunities to grow. I commit to healing my inner shame. That's right. I commit to healing my inner shame. I commit to healing my inner shame. I commit to healing my inner shame. You didn't know you was going to get an affirmation break in the middle of all this, did you? I didn't know that either. I'm just going with the flow. I had an agenda. This was on my heart to say, but we just doing what we're doing, and we're going to go with it. A whole lot of times, perfectionism keeps your authenticity, it keeps your vulnerability from shining through. You will perfectionism your way into a inauthentic version of who you are or what you originally wanted to post or wanted to produce or put out of there, okay? Please understand that, yes, things that are very polished and well put together, I'm not saying put out junk. I'm not saying put out BS. I'm not saying don't make any effort and just throw that out there. I'm saying that a lot of times you worked on something and it's perfect in its imperfections. The vulnerability, the authenticity that oftentimes gets expressed in those what you deem as imperfect moments are things I'm keeping that in, that endear people to you. There are things, look, I could have edited that out, and it literally, I'm not editing that out. Because things happen, and actually, I would do that before. Look at me learning this lesson in real time. Vulnerability, baby. Everybody chokes a little bit on their spit when they get passionate. Anyway, vulnerability and authenticity go a long way to endear you to people, because in the reality of the situation is nobody's perfect. We are in and coming out of this influencer culture. Folks is really tired of seeing people's perfect life, because a lot of us ain't living that, and we're so deep in social media now, we know behind the scenes that many of these people are lying. Don't let perfectionism keep your vulnerability and your authenticity, as well as your talents and your dreams, hostage. A reminder that your genuine voice is your greatest gift. Influencer culture and also reality TV culture was big at first because it was just real people sharing real life. I remember The Real World and Road Rules and how revolutionary that was, and we were just watching real people be messy. We were watching real people learn in real time. We were watching a lot of people not learn in real time. We were just watching people be their authentic self. And in the beginning, that was the appeal of reality television. That was also the appeal of influencers, and they weren't polished. It was just people living aspects of their life, and certain parts were really polished, but then there was a messy aspect to it. We're losing that in this performance, and even now the messiness is become a performance, and people aren't just human anymore. So your voice, who you are at your core, is one of your greatest gifts and contributions to this planet. Don't let perfectionism make you forget that. In the end, taking action and moving past your perfectionism, taking action and not letting perfectionism keep you, your talents, your dreams, your authentic self hostage anymore is the only way you're going to take what is your potential and move it into your reality. It's the only way. Take action. Now, for some of you, this is going to require a pep talk and a reality check. Some of you have got to do some deep healing. Some of you got to do some unpacking. Some of you got to do some deep packing and some deep healing. Whatever it is, we need you. We need your medicine. We need your voice. We need your healing capabilities. We need your art. We need your content. We need your plays. We need the book you're trying to write. We need the things that you are called to create and make. We need the comic books. We need you in all of your glory. We need you being a whole medicine person. We need you to do what you were supposed to do, because it's medicine. And perfectionism, in the end, it's not just keeping you hostage. It's holding all of us hostage, and it's holding us back from these magnificent parts of who you are. So chop to it. I don't know what to tell you. This was on my heart. What am I saying? I just told you everything that I came here to tell you. We might discuss this again. I don't know. But anyway, you know what? And this video was not just for you. It was also for me too. Because I ain't exempt. And really, Spirit told me to talk about it because, you know, I need to get better on it. Let's do a little confession. The reason I've been threatening to do adult story time with Lady Speech with y'all for a very long time. And the reason why you don't have it is because of perfectionism. So this video is a call to action for myself. It is a call to action to get it done and get it out there, which will be done within the launch will be in the next 3 weeks. 3 weeks from the release of this video, story time with Lady Speech, adult story time with Lady Speech will be out there, and I'm going to hold myself accountable. Now, if that doesn't happen, I will come back to the comments and explain myself. And if it does happen, I'm not going to come back to the comments and revisit this video in that way, because you'll see it. Evidence will be there, and I'll just go on with my happy life. Stop letting perfectionism hold you hostage. I'm looking at both of us. Okay? Okay. And that's that on that. If you made it to the end of this video, gold star for you. Thank you so much for giving me your time and attention. I appreciate that. Just in case no one has told you today, you are amazing and you have so many beautiful gifts to give. So I hope you allow yourself to do that, okay? I hope you allow yourself to do that. I hope you allow yourself to do that. Now, if you like what you see, if you feeling this and me, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with what I'm putting down on here. Keep up with what I'm putting down on here. And you know what? For the OGs who are here to the last of the video, I got a question for you. Answer me in the comments. How you feeling about this video? And since I confess, why don't you confess? What is something that perfectionism is currently holding you hostage on? And how will you commit, or will you commit to putting it out there? Because you know in your heart it's time. I love you. I live you. God, Goddess, Orisha, Loa, ancestors willing. I'm going to see you in the next video. Peace.